We are going to prepare Synopsis from the Pulse, and it's in the volume 2, and I am going to prepare for Neet Mds. So starting from today, 31st January, today is the first day of my preparation. So let's see when is the exam and when I'm going to complete it. So let's go together. So basically I'm starting with Perio. I have not made any timetable and stuff. We will be sharing the timetable and etc with you on daily basis. So I'm preparing with you all so that I can be consistent and you can prepare with me as well. So today I'm going to do the 10 points in a loop. Okay, so basically periodontics synopsis we will complete and then their MCQ, because I am just doing a crash course type of thing, just that will take only 2 to 3 months to complete this pulse book. So daily you do with me so that we can prepare together, and it will be helpful for you as well. Okay, so today we are going for a periodontic synopsis. One. There are two curates, Gracie curates and universal curates. So Gracie curates are like this, and universal curates are like this. I'll be attaching the image in at the corners. Okay. One area and surface are specific, and in this area and surface are universal. One cutting edge is used, that is the work with outer edge only. It works with outer edge only, and works with both inner and outer edge. So they have two planes, which is up and to the side. Okay, curves up and to the side, curved into one plane only, and offset is 60-degree blade angle, and here there is a 90-degree blade angle. Okay, now greasy curates, the number 1, 2, and 3, 4 are used for anterior teeth, 5, 6 anterior and premolar teeth, 7, 8, 9, 10 posterior teeth, facial and lingual, 11, 12 posterior teeth, mesial surfaces. Now number 13 and 14 posterior teeth, distal surfaces. Number 15, 16 blade of 11 and 12, and shank of 13, 14, while in 17, 18 there is a blade of 13 and 14, and shank is still more extended than the 13, 14, which is by 3 mm. Okay, these were the Gracie curates. Our extended shank curates, what's that? After 5 curates, age of 5, after the 5 curates, they are the extended shank curate. It had the 3 mm extended than the normal Gracie curates, and they allows extension into the deeper periodontal pockets. They are available in all the standard after 5, but all the standard Gracie number except 9 and 10. Okay, now mini bladed curates are the mini 5 curates, which are also a modified form of the simple, which has the mini modified after the 5 curates, and the shorter blades allow easier insertion and adaptation in deep and narrow pockets. They are also available in all standard Gracie except 9 and 10. Now, what are the American Gracie curates? These are the 4 mini bladed curates. The blade length is 50% shorter than that of the conventional curate. The 4 mini bladed, and the blade lengths are conventional curates say be 50% short, and the blade has been curved slightly upward. This allows the curates to adapt more closely to tooth surface, especially on the anterior tooth and on the line angles. So they are sub curates, which is sub 0 and 1 to for anteriors and premolar, 11, 12 for posterior mesial surface, 13, 14 for posterior distal surfaces. Okay. Now, Langer and mini Langer curates. These are the Langer curates, SL1, 2, SL3, 4, SL5, 6, and SL17. What is a Langer and mini Langer curates? They are the 3 curate combines with the shank design of the standard Gracie curate with the 5, 6, 11, 12, and 13, 14. The shank designs, it is a combination. Now, with a universal blade angle at 90-degree rather than offset blade, it has an offset 60-degree blade angle, and they are having the 90-degree blade. Okay. Now, the allow the advantage of area-specific strength to combined with the versatility of universal curate blade. Langer 5, 6, it's obviously mesial and distal of anterior teeth. Langer 1, 2 is mesial and distal of mandibular, and 3, 4 is for maxillary teeth. Clear here. 5, 6 anterior teeth, 1, 2 for mandibular, and 3, 4 for maxillary posterior teeth. Okay, this is very important to remember. Okay. Now, angles in instrumentation, which is very necessary. So, what we will do, we will be revising, we will be taking note of this so that at the end, all these type of informations which are very essential to mark them up. So, we are going to circle it so that we can revise, we can mention in our notebooks and make a notes of very important points which we have to revise on daily basis or at least a week. So angles in instrumentation, angles of blade insertion is 0 degree, angle of scaling and root planning is 45 to 90 degree, angle of curettage is 90 degree, angle of blade with shank in universal curate is 90. Gracie curate we saw that angulation with shank is 60-70. Between face and lateral surface of the blade is 70-80, angle for sharpening is 100 and 110. Blade of a hoe is bent at 99 degree. Okay, this all about the, so we cannot remember it in once, so we need to revise after each after 2 to 3 days. So we are marking the points which we have to mention in the notes. So I will be making the notes and then we will be just I will be just sharing with you so that you also can make the same notes so that we can easily revise at the end of the our preparation. Now, this professional prophylaxis with Profile Jet is used to remove stubborn stains. There are professional prophylaxis with Profile Jet. जो stubborn stains remove करने के लिए use होता है. This consists of air powder, which has an air powder abrasive system with sodium bicarbonate. So obviously it's an air powder, so we cannot use in respiratory illness, and it has sodium bicarbonate, so we cannot use in sodium restricted diets as well, and warm saline water jets. So all the stains are removed. Now basically the treatment plan in periodontia is that सबसे पहले it comes is preliminary phase in which there is an emergency extraction of incision or incision of an if there is any abscess or something. Then comes the preparatory phase. We prepare the preparing phase. It is an etiologic or phase 1. Okay, now we have 4 phases. The phase 1 is the preparatory phase, which has diet control, plaque control, scaling, root planning, temporary restoration, etc. etc. Now, then come the surgical phase. In surgical, obviously RCT implants, etc. We can do that. Phase 3 will be the restoration, fixed or permanent, final restoration, whatever. Okay, phase 4 is the maintenance phase, which is very necessary because the prognosis depends on that only. Periodic recall with checking to prevent recurrence. That's all for treatment plan. Now, here comes is the types of sutures we do in periodontia. So, basically, suture techniques and indications. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 suture techniques. So, direct or loop, figure of 8, anchor, sling ligation, horizontal matrices, and periosteal. What is the indirect? When bone grafts are used and when there is need for coverage and interdental bone with interdental papilla. When we use bone graft, okay, and there is a need for coverage of interdental bone or interdental papilla, we need to cover this interdental papilla or interdental bone. Okay. Okay, so we need to cover the interdental bone with interdental papilla. So, and we are using bone graft. Okay, we have used a bone graft. There is a need to cover the interdental papilla and interdental bone. So, we need to do direct or the loop. Okay. Now next comes figure of 8. Figure of 8 and horizontal matrices are very common. We have done in our dentistry practices. So when the figure of 8, when flaps are not in close position because of apical displacement of flap or not scallop. I'm going to attach the image something here of all the sutures. So figure of 8 is when flaps are not in close apposition because of apical displacement of flap or non-scalloped incision. Anchor. Closing flap. Okay. जब दो फ्लैप आर वेरी अपाइकल डिस्प्लेसमेंट हो चुका है फ्लैप का एंड देयर इज अ नॉन स्कैलप्ड इंसिजन सो वी यूज द फिगर ऑफ 8. Anchor. Closing flap mesial or distal to a tooth as in mesial or distal wedge procedures. Okay. मीजियल या डिस्टल, टूथ के मीजियल या डिस्टल तरफ हमें फ्लैप को क्लोज करना है. Then we use anchor. Sling ligation, when a flap involving two interdental spaces and opposing flap not reflected. So we need to, the flap involves two interdental, and that opposing flap is not reflected over. So we are going to use sling ligation. Horizontal measure used in wide interdental spaces to properly adopt the interproximal papilla against bone. Periostal used to hold partial thickness and apically displaced flap. So basically, in first part, we are going to just do the 10 points, and we almost have how many points? So that miscellaneous. So these are the datas. 27 points. So something we can do it in 3 to 4 videos. We will be able to complete the synopsis. So I am thinking to complete the periodontic synopsis today on 31st Jan only. So basically, you are maybe watching at any of the time. So decide to start today and do it with me today itself. Okay. So basically, it took me 10 minutes to do 10 points. So we can imagine that it will be taking me 1 hour or two to complete the whole synopsis. And then we will be solving all the MCQs which we have around 62. So we need to complete the MCQ with their explanation. So basically 62 MCQs, we will be doing approximately 10 MCQ in one video. So basically 6 videos we will need that, and we will complete that. And after completing both the MCQs and perio synopsis, I will be making notes on this, which will be like that very important points which I need to revise every week. And then we will be doing the CS of periodontia. So perio will be completed by this week. Okay. So see you in the next video. Bye.